Hello, and welcome to my professional portfolio website for the Masters in Higher Education, the Masters in Education, Higher Education Administration focus here for the Capstone class at Northeastern University. My name is Hing Potter, and I am presenting to you my professional portfolio here that I created on the Wix platform. This is my landing page. I created a banner using Canvas to kind of just give you the overall um, title of who I am, and the field that I work in. Down below is my professional philosophy, where I have three main values that are student development, inclusion, and empowerment. To me, these are what I focus on when I'm working with students and when I work in student affairs. Um, and then I kind of incorporate those into my philosophy statement here to put it all together. Following that, I've got my banner to give you navigations of where to go. And then I incorporated a cool rotary, um, what do you call those? Gallery of pictures. So things of me doing, like this one right here is presenting at NASPA. This last one over here is with a student that I work with at my current job. And then just promoting that I try to be an inclusive educator in the field. Clicking on strengths. So I wanted to talk in strengths. I wanted to talk and highlight about some of the things that I feel like I've been able to develop in this program, also as well as develop over my time as a professional student affairs. So ensuring that I'm always continuing to be solutions minded with, so sorry about that, solutions minded with a multicultural lens, meaning that I'm always trying to find ways to make sure that we're advocating and implementing solutions that are mindful of not just diversity and not just of cultural aspects, but multicultural aspects. And then being self-aware, I've been able to grow my self-awareness around culture, perspectives, and privilege, but I continue to work in that area as well. And then also, I feel like that I've been able to expand my abilities as a strategic systems thinker. So, particularly in this one, I talk a lot about my experience as a transracial adoptee, which means that I was adopted from another country and raised by a family that is not of my own ethnicity and race. So, in this case, I was raised by white parents. And as a strategic systems thinker, this applies because I've had to kind of do some research within this program, but also on my own and in the community with other folks in the who identify as transracial, um, to kind of explore what does that identity mean for us, what kind of spaces are out there for us, and what can higher education do in terms of providing space, opportunities for advocacy, agency, what policies might need to be implemented or created, and what kind of future discussions can be had within the field. My work and experiences, so just kind of, I'm not going to go too much into them, but I brought up three main ones. So, expanding diversity of thought and leadership exploration. So, this was based on my practice of problems case study in the capstone class, actually, where I focused on a experience that I have in my current job working to revamp and redevelop our leadership retreat for students to be more inclusive of different types of leadership aspects. This other one here in the pink section over here, on belonging and being enough, transracial adoptees in higher education. So just pretty much, like I said before, advocating for transracial adoptees, but highlighting my experience presenting at NASPA Nationals Conference this last March in LA. And then down here, a couple years ago, I was able to create from scratch and revamp the experience for student leaders at a previous institution. And I created this program called Empower Me. And it was an opportunity for students to begin exploring their own leadership identities and how that implicates themselves in community, campus, and personal professional development and involvement. So um, each one of those includes work examples and talks about the descriptions of each thing, skills that I developed in those or that I was able to work on, as well as the impact that it had on not just me, but on the people that I worked with to make sure that it was a success. Finally, just my contacts information here. So just simple ways to get in touch. I've already tested it to make sure that it works. So one of my colleagues kind of like did a sample of it and it works. So it goes straight to my email. And then of course you can, subscribe to my YouTube channel, which focuses mostly on videos that I make that are work related. Um, and then on Twitter, if you want, I tweet mostly things around politics, higher education, education in general, some sports and things like that. And then my resume opens up an external link to my actual resume here that I continue to work on a regular basis, and just making sure that it's up to date. It's got all the information on that I need on it. This is a student affairs focused resume, so that's why it's 3 pages. But it includes things particularly beyond my work experience, committees and other ways that I've been involved in the field, affiliations and presentations that I've given at different conferences, and then publications that I've been able to write and have put into things like Student Affairs Collective, Higher Ed Geek, NASPA, and actually a couple of NASPA things. So that is my professional portfolio. Hopefully you enjoyed this little mini tour of my site, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks.